I see you came to say, love, you want me now. My love, you believe that we might last 10,000 years or more, if not for this. Flesh and blood, it ties you and me right upside down. Celebrate we will. Life is short but sweet for certain. We climb on 2 by 2 to be sure. These days continue things we cannot change. Like wine comes to their mouth, grown tired of water over time. You quench my heart, and now you quench my. Celebrate we will. 'Cause life is short but sweet for certain. We climb on 2 by 2 to be sure. These days continue things we can celebrate we will. 'Cause life is short but sweet for certain. We climb on 2 by 2 to be sure. These days continue things we cannot change. Hey, my love, you believe that best intention. Lay it down, you give to me just what I see. You came to say, love me, celebrate, celebrate we will. Life is short but sweet for certain. We climb on 2 by 2 to be sure. Oh, these days continue things we cannot. Climb on 2 by 2 just to be sure. These days continue things we cannot change.
was fun.
That was fun. That was not bad, my friend.
Yes. Very fun. Always
Welcome.
love that tune.
Welcome to the String Theory Podcast. First off, we should tell people
Yes.
I'm Tom Ruff, and my good friend over here.
Griffin, Gregory, Siewert.
We're going to play some music for you tonight. Some covers, maybe an original or two.
Mm-hmm.
Kicked it off with a little Dave Matthews Band, Two Step.
Two Step. Love Two Step.
It's a great song. Tonight's the first time you and I have ever played that song together.
Well.
With guitars.
With guitars, yes.
That's right.
We've played it with drums before, which it does miss the drums. It's a wonderful job Carter Broford plays on that song. Truly amazing. One of my favorite drumming songs. But it's also a great song in its own right. So.
We tried to do a little Dave and Tim version, which I think kind of worked. And
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you played that really nicely. I like the slide on that. It was fun. I want to say that I really got inspired to play this week because they just released on vinyl, and I got it the other day, the Listener Supported album, which was a live album
cool.
from '99 at the Meadowlands. And I was at that show, and I've been listening to it all week. And it's just like one of my favorite, most beautiful versions of the song. Has an intro I couldn't quite remember, but it's a great version, and it just made me want to play this song this week.
Great.
What do you want to play next?
Good question. We could do something like De La Vie.
That's a fun idea. You want to tell the crowd what that song is?
Yeah, so De La Vie, it's on the Jack Handsome album that we recorded last year, or this year, earlier. It has a little bit of history with us because it's one of probably the first song we wrote together as a band as Polyjamorous. We were practicing for Burbstock, and we just randomly decided to write this song, and again, never came up with words, but the song was such a fun jam that we just played it at Burbstock as is. And then when it came time to do the album, we wanted to add an additional song because we only had like 3 songs ready, and we were like, well, what could we throw in? So we're like, why don't we throw in the D Jam, as it was called back then.
The D Jam.
And then it got named De La Vie in the studio, which means of life, is what that translates to, of life.
Let's give it a go.
Okay.
That sounded pretty good. I think that's definitely the first time we've ever played that song, just the two of us.
I believe it is the first time.
Shout out to the guys from our band, Polyjamorous, Sam, Don, and Jim. If you listen to the studio track, it's really beautifully done, and we did it in one take.
That was one take.
One
we
take.
were all there that day in the studio, and we just knocked it out, and it was pretty beautiful. So.
You can find that album, The Jack Handsome, on Spotify, Apple, everything else. But check it out if you get a chance, because we're pretty proud of the work we did on that.
Heck yeah.
So, Griffin, what do you want to do next?
How about some Phish?
Let's do some Phish. I like Phish.
Yeah.
This is a song called Chalkdust Torture. Maybe you know it. It's on A Picture of Nectar.
One of my favorite albums from Phish. Picture
Great
of Nectar
album.
was got me into Phish. That and going to a show back in 1992.
I really hope I'm right and it's on Picture of Nectar, because it's going to be really embarrassing if it turns out I'm wrong.
No, it's on Picture of Nectar.
I thought so. Because, you know, you listen to Phish, you don't really listen to albums anymore.
If not, then we're both wrong.
All right, here we go. Here's a little Phish.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Come stumble, my birth-beaten worker. I'm Jessamine, the family berserker. I am bought for the price of a flagon of rye. The wind buffs the cabin, you speak or you lie. For my willingly locust the lurker. Confuse what you can of the ending, and revise your despise so impending. Cause I soak on the rap that you didn't quite mask. I'm getting it clearly through alternate paths, so I'm mixing with the signal you're sending. But who can unlearn all the facts that I've learned? Sat on my chairs and my synapses burn. The torture of chalk dust collects in my tongue. Thoughts follow my vision and dance in the sun. All my vasoconstrictors, they come slowly undone. Can this wait till I'm old? Can I live while I'm young? 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 But no peace for Jessamine tonight. I plug the distress tube up tight. And I watch what I say as it flutters away, till all this emotions can calm this at bay. Not to educate somebody's fright. But who can unlearn all the facts that I've learned? I sat in my chairs and my synapses burn. The torture of chalk dust collects in my tongue. Thoughts follow my vision and dance in the sun. All my vasoconstrictors, they come slowly undone. Can this wait till I'm old? Can I live while I'm young? 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 When I jumped off, I had a bucket full of thoughts. When I first jumped off, I held that bucket in my hand. Ideas that would take me all around the world. I stood and watched the smoke behind the mountain curve. It took me a long time to get back on the train. Now I'm gone and I'll never look back again. I'm gone and I'll never look back at all. You know I'll never look back again. Turn my face into the howling wind. It took me a long time to get back on the train. See my face in the town that's flashing by. See me standing in the station in the rain. See me running there beside the car. I left it all behind me and I traveled far. It took me a long time to get back on the train. It took me a long time to get back on the train. It took me a long time to get back on the train. But who can unlearn all the facts that I've learned? As I sat on my chairs and my synapses burn. The torture of chalk dust collects in my tongue. Thoughts follow my vision and dance in the sun. All my vasoconstrictors, they come slowly undone. Can this wait till I'm old? Can I live while I'm young? Can I live while I'm young? Can I live while I'm young? Can I live while I'm young?
Great. That wasn't bad at all.
So that was Chalkdust Torture.
That was Chalkdust Torture.
With a little Back on the Train. Another Phish song from Farmhouse. Farmhouse is an underrated album. And I would say as far as the studio albums go of Phish, Farmhouse might be my favorite. Like the actual physical studio album.
Yes.
Not the songs on the album.
I would agree with you that it's one of the better ones. I mean, Picture of Nectar is my favorite, but
Also a great one.
it is a really good. I mean, before streaming, I would just listen to that album all the time. Farmhouse. I loved it. Great
Keep
album.
meaning to buy that on vinyl. I don't have that yet. What I love about Chalkdust Torture as a Phish fan is that that to me is one of the 3 songs I get the most excited about when it comes on at a show.
Yeah, it's really it's like a little more rocking than
Yeah.
other Phish songs. It's got a groove to it that's a little more grungy.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nice work on that. I like the little melodic thing you were doing in the solo there.
Thank you. Yeah,
Nice, it
I
was fun.
enjoyed doing that. I liked the transition to Back on the Train. I thought it worked well. It was very fun, cool, energetic.
I don't know if I can take the credit. I feel like I saw Trey do that at an acoustic show once. That little combination of songs, and it kind of stuck in my head.
Well, it makes sense.
Kind of
Same,
works.
same key, same chords.
Yeah.
You know, it works.
Let's play some more music. So let's do a song by the Rolling Stones.
One of my favorites is Painted Black.
I absolutely love Paint It Black, and I think it's a beautiful song, and we can have some fun with it. So, you know, the point of this podcast is for us to kind of capture the essence of rehearsals, and we're prepping for a gig. We have a gig in January at the Barrel on the 14th. For us, we get some, like, real gold out of practice sometimes, and we have some fun with it. So this is a song that we haven't really played before tonight.
Yeah, and it's just being authentic about how we approach our music, and just, you know, how we create the songs, even if they're covers, and just how we structure it in a performance level.
And, you know, everything's not going to be perfect, but hopefully we have some fun with it, and hopefully you enjoy it. So this is Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones.
Door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, and I want them to turn black. I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they're all painted black, with flowers and my love both never to come back. I see people turn their heads and quickly walk away. Like a newborn baby, it just happens every day. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door and I must have painted black. Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face the facts. It's not easy facing up when your whole world is black. No more will my green sea go turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me before the morning comes. colors anymore. I want them to turn black. I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. Painted black as night. I wanna see it painted black as night.
That was pretty good. I like that. That sounded pretty nice.
That was a good version.
Yeah, that was a fun little arrangement we had there. You ever see the Stones?
I've never seen the Stones, and I've always wanted to. Just never had the chance.
I would say the Stones were one of my first favorite bands.
Yeah.
And they're not a band I listened to as much as I did 25 years ago. But
Really?
they are, like, the stuff I love, I will always love.
Yeah, I really got into the Stones in the 90s, actually.
Me too.
I mean, I had listened to the Beatles before that, and then I just kind of, like, started listening to the Stones, and I was like, wow, this band is, like, just so, like, rhythmic.
I remember in high school, the Voodoo Lounge album and tour, the Voodoo Lounge tour, and then specifically the tour and the DVD that came out of it, or maybe it was Bridges to Babylon, but whatever that late 90s DVD was, that like really hooked me on the Stones.
Nice.
And then I really dove headfirst into the Stones in college and my first few years in LA. I'd like to see them one more time before it's too late. If it's
I
not
would
already.
I would go, even though they're super old.
They are super old.
I would totally go to a show if they came around again.
All right, let's see what we're gonna do next.
How about Big O?
Big O is another one of the songs that you wrote that we played on the album with Polyamorous.
That is correct. It's on the Jack Handsome album. Big O was actually the name of the dinghy that we sail. So we sail on the Jack Handsome, and we have a big orange dinghy that we pull behind us when we go to islands, and it's called Big O. And that's where the name came from. It's an adventurous song in 5.
Explain what 5 means.
5/4 time signature. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a fun to be able to play in 5.
This is another one of those songs that you wanted lyrics to originally.
I did. Actually, this song, to be honest, was written years ago with a different name. It was called Bottled Water. And I had played it with my old band Wildfire once or twice as Bottled Water. And then it was a little faster and a little different. I like this arrangement much better. Before, it didn't have the lead part. The lead part is brand new. But the rhythm was written back then.
We had talked about writing lyrics for this at one point, and I not only didn't know what to say, but also had a problem singing this song because of the time signature. It's very. This is a tricky time signature, and it's another song where I'm just like, I love what you ended up with. Like the melody line is beautiful. There's actually 2 versions of this song on the EP.
Yes, the creature.
One's quite fun.
Watch out for the creature.
One's really fun, and the other's quite fun.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm gonna describe it. Let's play Big O.
Okay, here we go.
Big O, everybody.
Big O.
Big O has nothing to do with what you might think Big O stands for. Or maybe it does. I don't know. I didn't name the boat.
It's excitement. It's an oh, whoa, big O. It's really fast, dingy. So you're like, oh.
Oh.
It's like a big O.
Oh, I get it now.
It's also orange.
I like orange.
So it's big orange.
Oh, interesting. I have a guitar called Big Orange. It's downstairs.
I know. That was the big O.
It's downstairs. Yeah. Not going to play that tonight.
Not going to play big O on big O.
I want to give I already mentioned them, but I also want to give a big shout out to our drummer that plays with us that's on that album, Sam. These are really hard songs, and he really crushed those songs. And without Sam, like when we played these live as a band and we played these in the studio, like...
Solid. Sam's a solid drummer.
Like even trying to keep in time and trying to remember the count on these are complicated. But
no.
Beautiful song, Griffin.
Thank you. Yeah, me and Sam had actually gone to the Baked Potato and watched this guy. I think his name was Dave Griffin, ironically.
Dave Griffin.
I think it was. I apologize if I have that name wrong, but
no relation.
No relation, and they did nothing but odd time signatures when they played. And these guys were really amazing musicians. And we had gone and watched them, and they did all odd time signature, and that was part of the inspiration to do some of these more difficult songs.
We're going to get all those guys into this podcast at some point soon, but we got to get all our kinks worked out first. So, Griffin, you want to sing the next one?
I do. I was hanging out the other day, just relaxing and kind of meditating, really, about life and everything, and this song came on, Wharf and Grateful Dead, and I really felt connected to it for some reason. I don't know, just something about the stories, you know? It's like, I love songs that tell a story. And just this guy chilling out by the docks of the water telling his story, and, you know, I just pictured Jerry Garcia hanging out on the docks, like talking to this homeless guy. Like, that's what I picture when I listen to this song. Like, and it just kind of warmed my heart for some reason. Like, there's not really anything that positive in it, to be honest. The words are kind of sad. But it was just, there's some kind of kindness, like he's just a stranger and he's just kind of listening to him, you know. It's like what we can give each other, you know, to just take 5 minutes and listen to somebody. And I think that's the point of this song, is to just take that time and just listen to a stranger, you know.
This is one of my father-in-law's favorite songs.
Oh.
And we've seen this together a bunch of times at Dead and Company, and they always do a nice job with it.
Old man down, way down, down, down by the docks of the city. Blind and dirty, asked me for a dime for a cup of coffee. I got no dime, but I got some time to hear your story. My name is August West, and I love my girly baby best, more than my wine. More than my wine. More than my maker, never been a friend of mine. Everyone said I come to no good. I knew I would barely believe them.
half of my life spent doing time for some motherfucker's crime. The other half down and stumbling around all drunk on burgundy wine. Here we go. But get back on my feet someday. The good Lord willing, if He says I may, I know that my life I'm living's no good. I'll get a new start, live the life I should. I'll get up and fly away. I'll get up and fly away, fly away. Fairy's been true, true to me, true to my dying days here. I said to him, I'm sure she's been. Said to him, I'm sure she's been true to you. I got up and wandered downtown where nobody goes but to hang around. I got a girl named Bonnie Lee. I know that girl's been true to me. I know she's been, I'm sure she's been true to me.
something like that. So that was the Grateful Dead.
Yes, it was.
Very nice song. So Griffin, we got time for one more. We played a lot of jam band stuff tonight. I think we should end on something a little different. Now this gets played by some jam bands. Actually, Pearl Jam plays it quite a bit, but I don't know if they quite fall in that category.
I was going to say, if you call Pearl Jam a jam band.
It's funny, they're not, but they kind of overlap in the sense that they like really push their live shows and they have like
they do, and they do a lot
type
of
culture.
improvisation. They do. It's a different kind of style, but they definitely have the same energy and excitement in their live shows.
Well, this is a song by a man called Uncle Neil. You probably know it. The world's in a weird place right now. We're headed into 4 years of a weird place. So anyway, hopefully we all get to keep playing music. And this is the Strings Theory Podcast. I'm Tom. This is Griffin. We're playing January 14th at the Barrel in Sherman Oaks. Keep checking these out. We're going to keep rehearsing live in front of you. And hopefully you've enjoyed this.
There's a girl in the night with a baby in her hand under an old street light near a garbage can. Now she's gonna get away, she's gonna get a hit. She hates her life and what she's done with it. That's one more kid that'll never go to school, never get to fall in love, never get to be cool. Keep on rocking in the free world. 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 There's a girl in the night There's 1,000 points of light for the homeless man. There's a kinder and gentler the ozone layer. There's a man of the people says keep 'em alive. We got fuel to burn, we got roads to drive. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much.